The card widget for Elementor from Happy Addons is an incredible and powerful widget to demonstrate your products, articles, news blurbs, creative posts, and even testimonials using a beautiful combination of images, text, links, and badges. This free element is a staple design tool to easily showcase information as info boxes on your web pages. You will actually be surprised at how often on your website you are actually using something that comes very close to a card. You can call it a card. I often refer to it also as an info box. Essentially, what any module or widget or element does when they are acting as a card or as an info box is that they're taking other elements and combining it into one widget. They take an image, they take a text, they take a link, and they just make it easy for you to just use this ready to go little widget. On this page here already you can see that we have already areas in Elementor that can actually act as a card. This is a very good example. Here we have an image in the back, and then we have a heading here and then text. The idea then, of course, with a card or with a info box is that you can just do it much quicker. The other design concept that you will have to consider is that you'll also see that cards work much better in columns like 3 or even 2, and there will be the off instance where you will maybe use it across your entire page canvas. Let's also create some columns here. So I'll bring in a new one for us. Let's put it into 3 columns. And then over here to our widgets, we just look for card. Click and drag the card and drop it. The other important design principle also, even though we have copy and paste features, is that it's always a good idea to just bring in one, style it out completely the way you want it to look, make sure it looks perfect, and then after that you copy it to your other columns and then you just make content changes. Off the bat, what do we see? We see an area for an image, we see a title, we see a description, then we see a link here, a button, and then a badge or a label. Idea of a badge or a label is just a little bit of extra information that pulls the visitor's eye to that card. Let's just change the image so we have something in the background, and here under the edit card options we go to image, and from our media library we just grab an image. Great. Now I'll hop back to presets, because under presets you're going to get a plethora of choices. Design 1 is the one that we almost start with the badge text there in the bottom right hand corner of the image. And then from here you're going to get the variations on what you can do with this. If you run into something like this, it's quite probably because that design is to be across canvas. And then let's see at number 5, smaller one. Round shape. Let's duplicate this one, and what I'll do under here is I'll open another one that's just going to be a single column so you can have an idea of how that will look. So when you run into this kind of problem, remember then it will be one that is stretching across your entire canvas. You will need to give it a little bit more space. And we saw that earlier for number 3 as well. And those will be the design decisions that you will be making. So depending on your column or your full canvas, you will have different designs. Let's go back to this one and the columns that we started with. Okay, design 11. Design 12, again, one that's going to be stretching. And I'm jumping around here. Hold on, right? Again, a full canvas one. And then the final one, let's see what we have under design 13. Okay, we have a simple card again as well. What I also recommend you do for inspiration and I would say ready-made demos, go to a Happy Addons website and go to the areas where you will see they have the widget. So for example, here I am within the card widget and we're going to use live copy here. Let's say you see this demo here and you think, good, this one looks pretty awesome. No need for me to go and do all this design. Maybe I can just use this one. Check the video on live copy to understand what I'm going to be doing next. So from here on the right, I click on live copy. And I wait for it to say copied, and then I simply go back here, go to any section, right click, click on paste. You will see it says live paste. And that's going to be thinking a little bit under here. Processing complete. And there I have it. I'll just go to my section and I'll put it on full width. And there I've copied that one in no time and I can use it on my site. This is a great way to get started. No need for you to think too much. You can just go and make styling changes like the colors and also the text. To round it off, let's have a look at what we can change here. I started off at the beginning with the image and the badge, and we had changed the image over here. Currently, it actually applies image masking, which allows you to bring in shapes for your image. We had that round shape, but if you want to choose any of the other shapes that comes with Happy Addons, you are welcome to do so. Something a little bit more funky. Also change your image. And really make your card stand out compared to what you see on many other info boxes. Make it a little bit interesting. Then you have the place for the image position, if you want to put it left to the text, and this is where you will need a bigger column area or a bigger canvas. Your badge text is that one over there. So if we're working with a product or we're working with a trip and you want to have something like a promo, you can say best deal. And this is typically where you will be using a label to call attention to a specific feature. Probably you don't want to use it on each and every card. And in that case where you don't want to use it, you simply delete the text here and it will also remove the label from the image. Let's say this one, promo. Title and description. This should be rudimentary. Over here you change your title, Joe Pine Travels. And then under this, a little bit of a description. And you have your normal control over your HTML tag as well as the alignment where you want to place everything within this card. I actually like it to the center, even to the right, looks pretty good. Your button is your link over here. Button text, apply now, and add your link here. And you can also make it full width. Now, what is this one for? This is your icon library. So if you want to add an icon there, simply drop it in. And then if you want to add color to it, you're going to do that under styling. Let's go to styling. Here you have your control over your image width and height. It's set to pixels. You have the option also for percentage, and that will be according to the container in this case, which is of course the column. And then also for the height. Let's drop it back to pixels. Padding for your card at this moment, and then border radius if you need rounded borders for that as well. Then you have the normal styling for your badge, placement of the badge. You have a lot of control where you want that badge to appear, depending on what kind of card you are promoting. Well, something like top left and top right is more common when we are working with these cards. And then your title and description with all the styling options there, and finally your button. So in this case, where we want to give the button a background color, we will do so. Let's grab something like over here. And just drag the opacity slider up first. And make the button color a little bit less obtrusive. Change the text color to white. Great. And immediately you should be able to understand that for this, you have so many styling options. And then as you go to each of these cards, you simply go, change out the images, change out the text, and very soon you have a very nice uniform way of looking at your cards. And don't forget that live copy feature, which is really a great feature. Follow the link in the description below to Happy Addons, and then you simply select the card widget and you will have all these demos that you can choose from. And all you need to do is click on the live copy and then go into Elementor and paste it. And if you don't know how to do that, make sure you check out the live copy video here at Websites for Beginners. From me, JB, stay safe. See you in the next video.